Hello, welcome to week 5 of HFED 340. This week we're going to be looking at money management more directly, as in we're going to address budgets. And this is something that you've been preparing for already, since you've been tracking over the last few weeks the activity that we started in week 1. And now we're going to get to actually use those tracking numbers to put together a budget. So let's dive in and take a look. So we're going to click here on lesson 5, and then we'll see the summaries over here on the side of all the different pieces. First portion on the reading. I just want to emphasize that after you read through the material that's here, please make sure you read Marvin J. Ashton's One for the Money as well, so that you've completed that and you have all that for the quiz. And that would be fantastic. After you've done the reading, then you can go ahead and look at the next section. You'll take your quiz and get that taken care of. And then we're going to go into this budgeting for self and for others. Activity 3. This is your big one for the week, and there's a lot to this, so I encourage you to read it carefully and make sure that you answer all the questions at each step. Sometimes I have to take points off of submissions because people just skip part entirely. They don't answer the questions or don't do anything on it. So, first step is assuming you've already read One for the Money, you're going to answer a couple of questions in a brief essay, and we should know what that means at this point. Next part, we're going to write a case scenario, so you're talking about some of your experiences. Notice that a paragraph is at least 3 lines, and I would say in this case it's probably going to take you more than that to explain an actual case scenario that identifies some of your experiences with money decisions. Next, in step 3 here, you're going to write another brief essay looking at some of the ways you feel like money impacts families. And you can see the points for this first part is 20, and then 30 points for part 2. So then using the document form here and looking at all the information that you've got, I want you to go ahead and actually start planning for your budget. They've got some examples in here of typical expenditures, and then after you kind of prioritize your goals and list some amounts that you'd like for your budget this week, then you're going to develop the actual budget and try and use One for Money as a resource as you do that. After you've gone through and developed the budget, then you're going to answer in a short essay some of these questions again. Now there's quite a few of them in here, so a short essay means that it's not 3 or 4 pages or whatever, but it might take a page and a half, and that's okay to actually answer 7 questions. So think about the number of questions that are there and make sure you answer each of them fully, and then finally you'll upload that to us. And that assignment, as you can see, is due this Saturday, like most of them, except the discussions. Alright, so after the budgeting for self and others, we have the financial planning and budgeting discussion. So let's actually want to go into the discussion boards. You're going to dive in there and talk about a couple different things, some problems you've encountered as a student, how you've dealt with them, things you've gone without, and then how you've kept education first and foremost as far as your values and goals and the way you spend. And then you need to respond to 2 other students and initiate the discussion. Now, I just want to stress, this says it's due by Saturday. Don't wait till Saturday to respond to other students. It's not fair to them to get a response. Respond as soon as you can. Try and respond. If they've put the initial post up by Tuesday, I should think that all of your responses should be done by Wednesday or Thursday. And that really is my expectation. If you want full points, respond early so they have an opportunity to respond. And then I expect those that have received responses to respond back. It's supposed to be a discussion. It's supposed to be a conversation, regardless of whether or not you think discussion boards are good or a bad idea. They're there for us to interact with one another. So please do that. Finally, the last one is another teacher-friend activity. And with this one, you're going to talk about what you learned this week in a brief summary, and include, well, it says teacher-friend. That's not really teacher-friend. Yeah, it's actually a free write. That's what this is actually describing. If you would, I think I'm going to leave it open to you. If you want to teach a friend and use the format from last week to provide those 10 points, I would rather see that necessarily than another free write. But you can do either, and that is fine. So I'm leaving it open to you. Enjoy. If you have questions on it, please let me know. Again, the closer we get to the assignment due date, the harder it is for me to actually follow up with that. I would encourage you to read the parable of the 10 coins. And for me, the parable of the 10 coins teaches us everything that we need to know about budgeting. And I'll add a few more of my thoughts on that on a separate post in the discussions forum. So again, I love each and every one of you. I hope you feel comfortable reaching out and talk to me about questions or concerns you have with the class or about your assignments. I look forward to seeing the work that you've been doing so far kind of accumulating in a budget and seeing how you put that tracking to good use. And we will see you on the discussion boards.